Let's talk about a series that I thought really shouldn't even be interesting. The Mavs and the Jazz. What is going on? Like, why is this a series right now? Your best player, Luka, is not playing. And the Jazz have had 2 scares. What? I'm thinking it might be time to break it up. But anyways, what are your thoughts? We'll start with you, Ben. What are your thoughts?
First off, the fact that it's 1-1 without Luka Doncic, bro. If I was Utah, I'd be scared when this guy comes back.
Yeah,
because right now they made Brunson look like an all-star last
41.
41. Yeah, Jalen Brunson. He's done great off the bench, but come on, he dropped 41 in a very pivotal game. But what's been surprising to me is, I say surprising, but honestly, I'm not really surprised. Mike Conley, what are you doing? Where have you been all series? To a greater extent, where were you in the regular season? I was not very impressed with him whatsoever. But Donovan Mitchell also has not shot the ball well whatsoever. He keeps jacking him up and he keeps missing. And then I've been very disappointed with Gobert, especially last game. I get that, he's a big shot blocker. His defense is there. But every time Brunson drives and you go underneath and you leave a shooter like Kleber open and he strokes for 8 for 11 from 3 on you, all right, you better start going outside. But instead, every single time he'd go right underneath and they just kick it out every time. And it wasn't just Kleber. Finney Smith, another bigger guy, he would hit. Just like the announcers were saying, I was watching a little bit of it, and every time they would purposely create kind of like an ISO for Brunson or whoever has the ball. They'll drive in, wait for Gobert to come help, just kick it out every time. 3, 3, 3. And that's why eventually the Jazz went small. But I don't know what this series is going to end up like when Luka comes back. I'm starting.
Are they sure that he's coming? From what I've heard, he may not even be back this series.
I've read a couple different reports where he says that he wants to be back game 4 for sure, but where they do that day to day. It gets super annoying and just keeps us on our toes. But I don't know. I think it'll be very interesting if he does. But regardless, even if he doesn't come back, this might be a close series.
Yeah,
and I think that's sad.
That's sad
for the Jazz.
Yeah.
I feel like Luka could play. But, if I'm the Mavs, I'm like, why would I play him if you guys aren't going to give me a reason to put him in the game? If it's going to be 1-1 and it's going to be 2 close games, I'm like, Luka, you rest, you sit your butt down, buddy. You're not coming in this season at all.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. That's because it's 1-1, you're the 4 seed. Yeah. As long as you make it to game 7, exactly. And Luka gets 2 more games to rest.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like if they can keep this thing close, Luka, we'll see you in game 6, game 7 to come close it out or something. That's fine. About the Gobert thing, because I'm with Ben on that. Gobert needs to he can't defend the guards, and if he's not gonna block the threes or guard the person shooting the 3, it's like what are you there for?
Yeah.
And then I watched something yesterday about the Utah defensive scheme, because if you watch the games, do you notice how easy it is for them to blow by whoever is guarding them? Mike Conley can't defend Brunson. Mm-mm. Donovan Mitchell, who is still young, for some reason, lets Brunson blow by him too. They literally rotated their defenders on Brunson, and he blew past every single one of them. Mm-hmm. And this is insane. So I was like, I'm gonna watch a video about this scheme that they run or something, this defensive scheme. So apparently that's the way this scheme is built. It's so they let him blow by them
to let Gobert
get the block.
Yeah.
And it's so Gobert, every time they let him blow by, cheats in to protect the paint. And it's Gobert is not some spry, fast.
No.
He's defensive player of the year. It comes off him blocking the ball.
Yeah.
So it's when they pass the ball out, he ain't getting there.
Yeah.
And they also need him to be in there for offensive boards, because apparently he's the only one that can board on the team. Yep. So I was watching that video and I was like, I guess it makes sense, but you still have to you can't that can't be the scheme you're gonna run against a team that's 10 you up from 3-point line.
No, yeah, you're right, yeah.
But that's why I stand in that series.
Yeah.
I think if the Mavs win a game in Utah, the Jazz are in trouble. It's just that's if they leave Utah 1-1 without Luka Doncic, then this series I think is going to go to Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, before you say anything, so we're going back to Utah. So I mean, you just, I mean, if I can't believe I'm saying, like, I'm just because I'm looking at the rosters right now, and I'm like, how in the world is Dallas? But anyways, go ahead, Griff.
I did just find this 3 hours ago. Tim McMahon reported that Luka says he's feeling good after practice and is eyeing Game 3. I'm 100% with Henry though. If it's this close of a series without him, rest him as long as you can, because there's no point in rushing him back and then potentially losing him again for longer. But yeah, I've not watched this one, but when I was looking through the scores this morning, I was like, how in the heck are the Mavs tied without Luka? Because you look at the Mavs play all season, and anytime you see anything about them, it's Luka. Because they really, I mean, they've got other guys, but Luka's the team, and everyone knows that. Yeah. So the fact that he's been out and this tied is scary for Utah for sure.
I mean, yeah, and like kind of like what you're saying, everything runs through Luka, and when you lose Luka, and for them to seemingly just easily adjust, like they just adjusted very easily. It didn't even seem like it took them any games really to adjust into whooping up on the Jazz and making it close. I mean, listen to this. You got Bogdanovich. You've got Mitchell. You've got Clarkson. You've got Conley. You've got Gobert. I mean, this is Dallas. You got Finney-Smith, Jalen Brunson, Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's just like, I mean, you've got players over here that can average 15, 20 in their sleep, and then you got these guys over here. It kind of, I mean, it's giving me like a Memphis vibe to it, I guess. But just like you don't really have anybody that stands out really. But besides Ja, of course. But I mean, we saw Memphis win, and we'll talk about them here in a little bit. But no, I'm with y'all. I'm with Henry and Griffin. What y'all were saying. I mean, if I'm Dallas and it's 1-1 right now, I mean, I rest him, especially next game. I rest him next game. And, if you win, I think you rest him until elimination. If we get into elimination, like if it gets that bad, like, I mean, if you're down 2-1, I mean, you might consider, because you don't want to be down 3-1. So you might consider bringing him back, but I don't see any need to rush him back for Game 3. I'm right there with y'all, 110%. But okay,